You're home alone, and suddenly a pain like an iron fist squeezes your chest. You struggle to breathe. Cold sweat drenches your body, and it feels like time just stops. You can't move. There's no one to call. In that moment, you have barely 10 seconds before your heart stops. Do you know what to do? Today, I'm revealing 3 simple techniques that saved my Uncle George's life. And that could save yours. This knowledge could be the difference between opening your eyes tomorrow or never opening them again. 2 years ago, my Uncle George, 68 years old, was alone at home on a quiet afternoon. He was sitting in his living room when he felt a pressure in his chest, like an elephant was crushing him. This wasn't normal pain. Cold sweat ran down his forehead, and the room started spinning. In that moment, he remembered my grandfather, who died from a heart attack at 76, alone at home, and never had the chance to ask for help. Fear took over him. But my Uncle George didn't give up. Thanks to what we had learned from my grandfather's cardiologist, he put 3 key techniques into action. When the ambulance arrived, he was still conscious. That day changed my life and my family's. I saw us on the brink of another loss, and I understood that health isn't only about preventing disease. It's about being prepared to act in seconds. My Uncle George is a strong man, always active, firm hands, steady voice. But that day, he told me he felt my grandfather whispering to him, "Don't give up." Seeing him in the hospital, surrounded by my family, crying with relief, marked me deeply. And I realized this knowledge isn't optional. It's essential. These 3 techniques I'm about to share are backed by science and can buy you precious minutes in a critical moment. And after that, I'll give you 5 daily habits to help protect your heart. According to the World Health Organization, heart attacks kill more than 7 million people every year. But acting fast can increase your chances of surviving by 50%. So if you want to take control of your health, subscribe now and turn on the bell. Because at Healthy and Positive, we believe that being healthy and happy is a choice. A heart attack happens when an artery gets blocked and stops oxygenated blood from reaching the heart. Within minutes, the heart muscle begins to die. If you don't act, the heart can stop. These are the key symptoms you need to recognize: chest pain that radiates to the arm, jaw, or back, dizziness or fainting, cold sweat, nausea, difficulty breathing. A 2023 study from the Mayo Clinic shows that the first 5 minutes are critical. If you're alone, there's no time to hesitate. You must act immediately. Let me make this clear. These techniques do not replace paramedics, but they can buy you valuable minutes. Time to stay conscious. Time to call emergency services. Time to keep your heart beating until help arrives. Thanks to the first and the last technique, my Uncle George is still with us today, enjoying life and his family. Now here is the home emergency protocol. A combination of medical knowledge and physical stimulation that you can use even if you're alone, unable to speak, in severe pain, and your heart is already failing you. Technique 1, the strong cough, your first shield. This is the first technique that saved my Uncle George. When the pain and dizziness hit, he remembered what the cardiologist told us. Cough hard from deep in your chest with controlled force. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools when your heart begins to fail. During a heart attack, coughing hard and in a controlled way can compress and stimulate your heart, and in many cases, help regulate the rhythm. Here's how to do it correctly. 1. Inhale deeply. 2. Close your mouth. 3. Cough from your chest like a sharp, dry cough. 4. Do it every 2 seconds for 1 minute. It might feel difficult at first, but don't stop. This increases pressure inside your chest, pushing blood toward your heart and brain. A 2020 study from the American Heart Association found that it increases survival by 30%. Mrs. Emily, 72 years old, was cooking when, just like my uncle, she felt a sudden, strong pain. She remembered this technique, used it while waiting for the ambulance, and survived. Common mistakes with this technique: coughing too weakly. It must be intense, like you're trying to expel something stuck. Not inhaling first, not keeping the rhythm. Recommended practice: once a week, sit down, breathe deeply, and cough hard 5 times. A 2021 study in preventive cardiology recommends weekly practice to memorize the movement. But pay close attention. This technique only works at the first symptoms, and only if you're conscious. If the pain becomes too strong and you're unable to cough, it's time for the next technique. But first, if you're learning something valuable from this video, comment below. Did you know about this technique? And subscribe to Healthy and Positive for more life-saving tips. Technique 2, the chest thump, emergency reset. If coughing isn't enough, this is your next tool. This technique is direct and powerful. It stimulates your heart through a strong, precise physical impact, like a defibrillator, but using your own hands. It's used when the pain is so strong you can barely breathe. One night, Mr. Stephen, 72, woke up with intense chest pain and dizziness. He remembered this technique, closed his fist, and with the little strength he had, he thumped his chest. Once, then again, and on the 3rd try, he felt a strong jolt, like his heart had woken up. He said it felt like thumping a motor that was shutting off. That allowed him to call emergency services, and paramedics arrived in time. How to do it correctly: 1. Close your fist firmly. 2. Locate the center of your chest, between the nipples, not too high near the neck, not too low near the stomach. 3. Use the bottom edge of your fist near the pinky side. 4. Thump downward with a sharp, strong motion, once per second, 5 to 6 times. It's most effective when done within the first 3 minutes after symptoms start. A 2020 study in the Journal of Cardiology confirms that it can restore rhythm in certain arrhythmia cases. This technique works because that area of the chest lies right over part of the heart's electrical system, and the thumps act as a kind of reset, helping your heart beat strongly and regularly again. Precautions: don't use excessive force. Avoid it if you have fractures. Don't thump too high or too low. Don't exceed 6 thumps. You could injure yourself. A 2022 article in Medical Emergencies recommends using this only if you're sure where to thump and you're starting to lose consciousness. If these techniques seem useful to you, I'd appreciate a like. Share this with family and friends. You never know who you might save. Technique 3, the Hegu point, calm and oxygenation. This ancient technique was the one that stabilized my Uncle George. It comes from traditional Chinese medicine, and it has been studied and validated by modern doctors. It can help not only during a heart attack, but also in cases of anxiety or arrhythmias. It uses acupressure between the thumb and index finger. In recent years, it has been recognized for improving circulation, regulating heart rhythm, and reducing anxiety. Here's how to do it correctly. 1. Place your hands palm down. Your right hand facing left and your left hand facing right. 2. Place one hand over the other. 3. With your thumb, find the soft spot between the thumb and index finger of your other hand. 4. Press firmly, slightly more toward the index finger than the thumb, until you feel mild discomfort for 5 seconds. 5. Release for 2 seconds. 6. Repeat for 1 minute per hand, breathing deeply. This calms the heart rhythm, oxygenates the brain, and reduces blood pressure in emergencies. According to a 2021 study in alternative medicine, Mr. Michael, 70 years old, used this while waiting for an ambulance and avoided fainting. Common mistakes: pressing too hard and causing bruising, not breathing deeply during the pressure. A 2023 study in acupuncture suggests that this technique reduces blood pressure by 10%. If you're conscious, it's your ally to buy time. I must remind you, these techniques do not replace medical care. They only help you gain time until professional help arrives. Call emergency services as soon as possible. Don't thump too high near the neck or too low near the stomach. If you feel dizzy or about to faint, lie down. Falling could make things worse, especially for your head. Practice these techniques ahead of time. A 2022 study found that trained people have a 50% higher chance of surviving. Consult your doctor if you have heart or bone conditions before practicing. 5 daily habits to shield your heart. Now that you know the 3 techniques that can save your life during a heart attack, here are 5 daily habits to protect your heart. 1. Walk 20 minutes a day. Split it into 2 sessions if needed. Reduces heart attack risk by 25%, according to the Mayo Clinic. 2. Deep breathing for 2 minutes. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. Repeat 10 times. Reduces blood pressure by 15%, according to a 2023 study. 3rd, heart-healthy diet. Eat fatty fish like salmon or fresh tuna twice a week, and fruits like oranges. Lowers cholesterol, according to a 2021 Harvard study. 4. Don't smoke or drink. Avoid smoking and alcoholic beverages. 5. Weekly monitoring. Use a home blood pressure monitor. Detects problems early, according to the American Heart Association. In a heart attack, every second counts, and you only have 10 seconds to react and save yourself. Cough hard every 2 seconds for 1 minute. If coughing doesn't work and the pain is unbearable, thump your chest 5 to 6 times. Press the EGU point for 1 minute per hand. Practice these techniques. What a strong cough feels like, how to locate the center of the chest, and where the EGU point is. Call emergency services as soon as possible. And adopt these habits. Walk, breathe deeply, eat healthy, don't smoke or drink, and check your pressure regularly. Never ignore symptoms. Get checkups regularly, especially if you have family history, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, or high cholesterol. Preventing a heart attack is much easier than surviving one. Write all this down, stick it on your kitchen wall, and ask your loved ones to do the same. If you learned something today, share this video with your family and friends. If this knowledge helps save someone you love, then watching this video will be worth gold. When we saw my Uncle George survive, we realized as a family that true health is being prepared. Learning these simple techniques is a decision that can save your life. Because at Healthy and Positive, we believe that being healthy and happy is a choice. And today, that choice is in your hands. Before you go, subscribe, give us a like, and comment. Have you ever gone through something like this? Your comment might inspire someone else to prepare. And if you want to keep learning, in our next video, I'll reveal 5 vegetables that could trigger a stroke while you sleep. Tap here on the right side of the screen to discover them. Important: this video is for informational purposes and does not replace medical advice. Consult your doctor before making changes to your health.